metronext.org.
All right, we do want to come back. Tornado warning just issued. This includes Chambers County. Unfortunately, things don't get much better if you're in Winnie. I need you to take immediate tornado safety precautions. Just like yesterday, these storms, as soon as they were warned, had a propensity to produce tornadoes on the ground. Already we're seeing significant rotation. So the Weather Service has issued a tornado warning. They say there's no confirmation. Obviously, it's still dark out. But right there, you can see the heavy rotation. That's headed exactly in the direction of downtown Winnie. So if you live just north of State Highway 65, I want you taking immediate tornado safety precautions right now. Again, this is an immediate threat to life and property. Stay away from exterior windows and walls. Let's go ahead and get some numbers on here as far as the wind speeds, and these are pretty significant. 50 to -17, that's 67 miles an hour gate to gate. This wind shear again continues to cycle as that heads towards Winnie. Again, tornado warning continues. Let me read it to you. Flying debris again is going to be a main concern with the storm. Also, because there's so much rain involved in this, you're not going to see it. Please don't be outside. Don't be caught in a vehicle on the highway. A vehicle is one of the most susceptible really objects on the road to tornadic activity. So this tornado warning now goes until 7:15. We're watching it very closely. Again, you can see now that live shot. Where is that vehicle right now? Do we know? So that is in Winnie right now. Is that our tracker? Which vehicle? Okay, that's our storm tracker. We'll want to be careful with the location of that. I want them to be safe as well. Again, that truck can withstand a lot, but again, that tornadic circulation does look pretty pronounced right now. Again, this is not what we wanted to see this early already in the morning. It's not even to sunrise yet, and we already have a significant tornado signature on radar. What I'm going to do is take another radar product. What we can do with this one is tell whether or not there's actually debris lofted into the air. So what you're seeing right there, the bright red and green, are the wind speeds that are very high. Let's take a look, and it looks like right now perhaps, now that could be some light debris, this lighter color. Typically it'll show up more of a blue color, but because it's moving over rural areas before it hits Winnie, or perhaps just north of State Highway 65 there's a possibility that could be grass and or trees or vegetation. Looks like we got a new update. Is that on the tornado warning? No, it is not. Okay, so tornado warning continues. That's another 30 minutes. It's going to continue for Winnie. So if you're in Winnie, take immediate tornado safety precautions. We're going to do one more thing here before we toss it back to Alita and take a look at the broad view of these thunderstorms. What I want to do is I want to put a track on this to show you exactly the main circulation center is headed as far as Winnie is concerned. So this main storm cell is moving towards the east, and it looks like it's moving still rather slowly at the moment. This cell moving just between 10 and 20 knots at the moment. So about 15 miles an hour, wind 10, 706. So if this continues on its current track, that main circulation center will be there in about 20 minutes or so. Can we put Max 2 on the big weather wall? Is that possible? If we can, then we might take that and go up there and analyze the cell. Again, serious situation there. With that signature, there we go. With that signature, and Elite, if you would zoom in here, you've got it. Take off the lightning layer, if you would, on Max 2 there. And again, this, if there's an indication of a radar signature that could be tornadic, that might be it. You're looking live right there. If you're in Winnie watching us this morning, again, I want you to seek shelter, but because of the flooding situation, you still have to be careful. I want you to do what you can do most to feel safe. Now, please understand, you don't need to be in a storm shelter to be safe from this. I do think if you're in an interior room or closet, you're going to be just fine, but don't be on elevated levels. So this further complicates things with the flash flood emergency in effect, and that does still include Winnie, correct, Alita? It does still include Winnie. So there's the circulation. In fact, it's just gotten tighter. Alita, if you would, could you zoom in on that as well? There you go. You've got the track on it. So again, 706 to 708 in Winnie. So we're pretty close to it here. And it looks like, I like the track you just drew on there. That's going to move over I-10 eastbound here momentarily. We're going to stick with this a couple of more moments, and then we'll come back to it in a second. But about 5,000 people in this warning. Again, it includes Winnie, and it also includes FM 1406. Any updates on that yet from the Weather Service? If we start to get any reports, we will want to stay on. But again, the circulations yesterday, as soon as they put down tornado warnings, these tornadoes touched down. And in fact, I just posted a video from yesterday shared near Baytown. That storm had debris, a debris cloud up maybe 10, 20 feet high. So again, we're watching this very closely. That's a pretty tight signature. Would you freeze it on that last frame, and let's pan up a little bit, because on the weather wall, we need to pan down just a little bit. Again, you see these pixels. Go the other way a little bit if you could, and let's see what numbers are coming in right here. That's a tight circulation. When we see the brightest green and red pixels next to each other, it's what we call gate to gate. So let's pull up the numbers and see. I'm just curious what the gate to gate is on that, on the brightest pixels there, that tornado county. Again, but this may be a precursor to produce this kind of activity, this kind of rotation down near the ground. Yes, so there is wind shear. So Alita bringing up this product that you're only going to see right here. This wind shear product is showing an increase just north of State Highway 65. All right, so tornado warning does continue. Yeah, let's freeze frame it on the last one, on reflectivity. Yeah, actually zoom out, take off lightning. And what we'll do here is zoom out and take it down to minimal smoothing. We'll be able to see where the pixels are. You can definitely see the hook right in there. Look at that hook right there. So the weak area in between the red right here, that's where your significant rotation is. It's bending the rain. That's what it's doing. It's bending the rain around that circulation. Take the smoothing down to, see if you can take it down to minimal under sweeping radar, and we'll see if we can't see that. But it does look pretty clear that if there's going to be a tornado, it's right in there in that circulation. Now, what you're seeing live on the screen right there, that is our live storm tracker truck in Winnie right now, and he's watching it, and we're watching it very closely. There you go. So you can see the hook on radar right in here, this little yellow weak region, and look at all the lightning in that live shot. In fact, let's take that live shot full, control room if we can. Let's take that live shot full. Again, that is in Winnie. He's in Winnie right there until 7:15 in the morning. Look at the winds where he is right now. So those winds are now approaching Winnie, and I want to say those winds could be in excess of 50 miles per hour, it looks like. Live shot there, and that, again, that's the storm tracker truck. We want them to be careful, certainly, out there, certainly truck drivers out there as well. This is going to be right along and north of State Highway 65. It will cross over I-10 eastbound momentarily. So, again, tornado warning continues, and this storm is only the first storm that has shown a tornado warning in our area this morning. This is only the start of it. Yeah, a ton of lightning strikes in the area. Lita, you're seeing that. Anything else you're seeing as far as the rotation? That looks pretty substantial right there.
Still very tight. You can see that couplet.
Oh yeah, zoom in on that, on the band.
Zoom in on this couplet. You can see how tight it is. Again, this is radar indicated,
that really is.
As you mentioned. This is about 15.
Look at that.
Let's see. National Weather Service has this about 9 miles west of the city of Hampshire.
Yep.
Hampshire.
Was that the latest update?
No, that was from when you read it last. Again, until
at 6:45.
That's correct.
Okay, so that what concerns. If you can pan up, look at the BAM here. Okay, it looks like we just got an update. Yep. That's a very tight signature. Yep. I wonder, can you pull up correlation coefficient? Yep. I want to see if there's any debris on radar, because that's a very tight signature. Certainly, the storm is very intense there, as we could see. I think you might have to take the scope and then change the product under the scope to that. Look at that. Look at all the lightning as well. Very intense situation here. And I just want to stick with it for just a moment. It did look like that signature was very pronounced. There you go. You see a circle on radar. I mean, you typically don't get as clear of a signature as that. Now, it looks like the winds may have come down a bit, but in terms of rotation, you can almost see it wrapping in the darker red right here in towards the green. And boy, that's a sharp tornado signature right along State Highway 65. So that's a dangerous spot.
I'm looping it, Collin.
Yeah, you can see it.
I think our viewers need to see the direction that it's moving.
You're right. Hampshire,
Yep.
it might miss Winnie just to the north, yep. But I don't want you to, it's too close to call. I don't want you to not take precautions. You need to be taking tornado precautions. If you're in Winnie, as far south, even as Seabreeze, I don't want you to take this and really think you're out of it yet. These things cycle, and again, that tornado warning, gosh, if this were daytime, we'd have better ideas for confirmation, whether from law enforcement or from people in the area. She's putting a track on it just now. Thank you for doing that. So Hampshire now coming into the scope at 7:39 if it stays on track. So 7:39, so you have about on track. I do want to see if we can't get correlation. That's okay, because I want to stay on the rotate that screen up. Let's take the scope, and Alita, point out that circulation if you could for him again.
Yeah, so you're seeing the